Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to share with you 12 actionable productivity tips that you can implement into your life. Let's get into it. So first we're talking about blocking distracting websites, and this is one of the biggest things that I have done personally that has helped me get focused on my work, especially for coursework for university or any work for university. I find it's more difficult for me to get focused. Like if I've got some sort of assignment, sometimes I just find I get distracted and go on to like Twitter or YouTube or something like that when I don't want to be on there at that moment in time. And through using this, it enables me to block the website, so I can just put the thinking, okay, let me just block this website, let me get focused, let me do this thing for a certain amount of hours, and then I can go into it after if I want, or I can just move on to something else and enable the timer again to block that website for a certain amount of time. Also, you can repeat when websites are blocked for a certain amount of time, like every day if you want a website blocked at 9 to 3 p.m, like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m, you can do that if you want, and it's really cool. I'll put a link in the description. I bought it near the start of this year, and I bought the lifetime plan, so I only had to pay for it once, and now I have like lifetime access to it, so it's really useful, and it's one of the things that really helped me to stay focused recently. So yeah, I'd say check it out if you're into that. Also, not sponsored by them. My second tip is to use the Pomodoro Technique, and this is where you set a 25-minute timer and then you just work in that 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break. And this has been really helpful for me because the things such as studying or doing something for university, I find it a little bit more harder to stay focused compared to other tasks such as editing a video. And just by doing this, setting that 25-minute timer and saying, okay, in this 25 minutes, the only thing I'm going to do is this certain task, I found it much easier to stay focused and get done what I said I'm going to get done. I used to use an app on my phone, but as my phone itself is a bit of a distraction, I started to like try and keep my phone out of my room when I am working. So I just use an online Pomodoro timer. And when I pair this with my first tip, which is to block distracting websites, I found it so helpful because if I get distracted by something and try and go onto the website, it's going to be blocked because I blocked it using that tool. So by using this combination of a website blocker and a Pomodoro technique, I found it's just been so helpful for me to like just do what I said I'm going to do. Also, if you don't want to pay for freedom, there is like loads of free options that you can get. I'll link in the description to one called StayFocusd, which I used for quite a while. That's really good as well. So I'll link that down below if you want to check that out. My next point is to give yourself a limited amount of time to complete a task. And this is going to link to a point which I'll make in a bit, but essentially you want to set yourself a restriction of how long it takes you to get something done, because that will help you to get it done more efficiently. Number 4 is to get an accountability partner. So you can do this through like just by reaching out to people that you know, or if you've like met people through different parts of your life. For example, if you go to university, or if you're a student, or you are at work, or you meet people online, or even with people that you know, such as your friends and family, and you can like become an accountability partner with someone else. And this can work for so many different things. Like for me personally, I want to get into better shape and work out. So what I've done is I said I want to go for a run at least once a week, and if I don't do that, I have to pay my sister £25. So this has kind of become a consequence, a way to keep me accountable to do what I say I'm going to do. And so far it's going okay. And hopefully, I'm hoping to just continue this long term of going for a run once a week. It's just a small habit. Once a week is not, I don't feel like it's a lot. It's something that's manageable. And then I'm aiming to increase intensity or how often I'm going for runs, or maybe I'm trying to incorporate different types of working out. And yeah, I think it's just incorporating different things into your life. And if you want to improve different areas of your life, I think it's about finding things that you enjoy. Like basketball is exercise, and I really love playing basketball. Playing it for so many years. Another thing is to replace your phone with an alarm clock. So when I wake up in the morning, I now use this instead of my phone, because if I'm using my phone as my alarm, it's in my room, meaning it's easier to get distracted and go onto my phone when really I just want to go to sleep, and so I can wake up at an early, decent time. There are 2 reasons why I do this. One, I don't want to like go on my phone before bed because I know the blue light from your phone affects your sleep, so I'm trying to not do that as much, and using this has been really helpful as I don't keep my phone in my room as much. Also, it's really helpful to not just waste so many hours on my phone, because when you're just like lying there on your phone, it's easier for time to just fly by without even realizing. And you went to bed at 11, now it's already 12 or 1 o'clock, and you've already spent so many hours on your phone. So that is why I started using a normal alarm clock, and one of the biggest things that has helped me to decrease my screen time on my phone. Oh, that is a lot of reflection on the glasses. My next point is to join Zoom co-working sessions, or any kind of co-working sessions online. I found last year when I was at campus or at university, when I went to the library, it was so much easier for me to stay focused because there were so many people around me that were working and getting things done. Because everything now, lockdown, all that kind of stuff, people are at home more. So it's trying to find alternatives to that kind of environment. So what I do now sometimes is join online co-working sessions. There are different ones online that you can find. There's some people that I know that run some, so I join them ones. Something that's been so helpful for me is to just go for a walk. I try to keep the habit of going for a walk every single day, or at least getting 30 minutes outside of sunlight. I've seen this help me sleep better and get to sleep quicker. It just made me feel better in general and just like happier, I think, as well. That just really shows you the power of going outside, getting exposure to sunlight, the nature, all of that kind of stuff. Planning your day, such as by using Google Calendar and using different methods such as time blocking, where you block out what you're going to do at different parts in a day, it's been really helpful for me, and it really helps you just to see, okay, this is my plan for the day, this is what I'm going to do. If you don't have a to-do list, yes, to-do lists are helpful, but if you know what you're gonna do at what time, it helps you to actually get it done instead of just pushing it off to later. And then if it gets to the end of the day, you just push it off tomorrow, and then the day after and the day after. Put yourself on that specific deadline is really helpful. And this is one of the key things that really helped me do multiple things amongst being a university student, such as this YouTube channel, the other content that I create online, such as my newsletter, articles, podcast episodes, some freelance work that I do as a filmmaker and photographer, and amongst other things as well. Another point is to track your habits. I have done this in my bullet journal, and this is just something that really helps you to just see, okay, how often am I doing this habit that I want to get done? And this is because when we track our habits or track different things that we do, we can see how much we are actually doing. I think that's been really helpful and helped me to do the habits that I want to do more often. Number 10 is to read books that can help you improve your life. I've been interested in self-development for quite a while, and something that I mainly used to do before was just watch videos about the topic. And what I'm trying to do now is read more, and this includes mainly books, but also blog posts, as I feel like while videos are awesome, and I love making videos like these, consuming content in terms of books, it gives more depth and more understanding of the topic. So that's why I'm starting to read more. One book that I finished last week was Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. I've been recommended it by a few different other creators, and I really did enjoy it, and it has some really good principles about putting yourself out there and putting your work into the world and showing your process. I really recommend it. I'll put a link in the description to the book if you want to check it out. Number 11 is to keep track of the projects and tasks that you are working on. I use this through a combination of Notion and Todoist. Task goes into Todoist and projects go into Notion. I work on so many different things, and having this different way to track them and see what needs to get done by when is really helpful. Lastly is to listen to non-distracting music while working. This is something that I find really helpful just to help stay focused. I listen to quite a different few playlists. I really like the lo-fi hip-hop and the deep focus playlist on Spotify. It's something nice to have in the background while doing work. Sometimes I like to differentiate the playlist for what kind of work. I have a study playlist, and I will only use that one when studying or doing coursework, as that's how I know when that music is on, it's like I'm doing studying, I'm doing university work. But if there's something else, if I have something such as the deep focus playlist, I know I'm doing some work which is not related to university. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like videos about personal development, living more intentionally, and digital organizational apps, or you just want to follow along when I document my journey through the content that I curate, make sure to subscribe and check out my other work with the links in the description. I'll link some other videos on the screen you might find interesting. Feel free to check them out if you like. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon.